because I'm the president of the North Carolina State Bar, I can get away with stuff that other lawyers can't.
His name is James R. Fox, attorney at law. On the surface, he appears to have it all. Rugged good looks, great hair, a beautiful wife, 2 highly accomplished daughters, partnership in one of the state's best law firms, and the presidency of the North Carolina State Bar. And yet, tonight, it all hangs by a slender thread as he faces the specter of disgrace, humiliation, and disbarment.
I'm Steve Croft.
I'm Leslie Stahl.
I'm Morley Safer.
I'm Bob Simon.
I'm Laura Logan.
And I'm Tom Lunsford. Tonight on 60 Minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain on a kind of drama that is seldom seen. We're going inside the secret world of professional discipline to an actual meeting of the North Carolina State Bar's Grievance Committee to see how a lawyer is investigated and charged with professional misconduct. And not just any lawyer, but James R. Fox, attorney at law. Our host for the evening is the State Bar's Chief Disciplinary Prosecutor, Catherine G. She is, if I may be permitted a slight literary reference, Javert to Mr. Fox's Jean Valjean. Catherine, we're delighted to be with you. Thank you so much for having us tonight.
Oh, hi, Tom. We're delighted to have you and your viewers with us tonight. We think we've got something awfully special for you. Tonight, in the Grievance Committee, we're going after big game. The president of the State Bar, James R. Fox, attorney at law. Because of the tremendous public interest in this matter, Mr. Fox has waived his right to confidentiality. So you'll be able to watch the proceedings of the Grievance Committee in real time. However, to protect the members of the Grievance Committee from possible recrimination, they'll be appearing in disguise.
Catherine, if you would, could you give us just a little background concerning the case against Mr. Fox?
I'd be delighted. A few months ago, we began to get complaints from Winston-Salem about some very offensive lawyer advertising. Of course, I immediately dispatched Bruno to Forsyth County, where I put him up in the Motel 6 in Kernersville, right off exit 23. For the next 6 weeks, Bruno randomly audited the local daytime television, and what he found was profoundly disturbing. But don't take my word for it. Bruno's about to give his report to the Grievance Committee. Let's listen in.
Please state your name for the committee.
My name is Bruno.
Do you have a last name or a surname?
No.
Bruno, how long have you been a television viewer?
Since the early 1950s, almost 60 years.
And during that time, have you seen any commercials?
Yes, quite a few.
Well, at this time, I would ask for a ruling that the witness is an expert in the field of lawyer advertising.
So ordered.
Bruno, do you have an opinion satisfactory to yourself concerning the unethical advertising of James R. Fox, attorney at law?
Yes, I do. His ads are extremely unprofessional.
But do they violate the rules of professional conduct?
Yes, they do.
Which rules did Mr. Fox violate?
All of them.
Anyone have a motion?
Move probable cause and summary disbarment.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Mr. Chairman, I don't want to belabor matters, but don't you think we at least ought to see the evidence?
Well, that would be highly irregular. But since we have a national TV audience, I suppose we could make an exception. Ms. Bannon, you may proceed.
Because this area of law is so technical, we have enlisted the assistance of State Bar Ethics Counsel Alice Mine to assist the committee in analyzing the evidence, most of which is in the form of video advertising.
I'm really happy to be here, Carmen. Would it be okay if I said hello to my Aunt Rosie at Dallas?
Well, why don't you just wave? Now, if the committee would please direct its attention to the video monitor, we'll view the first advertisement.
Well, what about that Jones case?
Yeah, well, our guy's truck hit the pedestrian right in the crosswalk. Messed him up real bad. We are absolutely liable, no question about it. And the damages are off the charts.
So, what's our strategy?
Well, we'll do what we always do. We'll stonewall.
Right. That's the thing to do, all right. By the way, just out of curiosity, who's representing the plaintiff?
Oh no, you're not gonna like this. It's James R. Fox, attorney at law.
All right, we'd better settle right away. If we go to trial, you know he'll get a big cash award.
Well, Ms. Mine, what do you think?
Basically, this is a wonderful advertisement. Our market research shows that the core message is true. Insurance companies are afraid of Jim Fox, attorney at law. But there is one serious issue here. The men in the commercial are so good looking, so talented, they must be professional actors. And of course, the rules prohibit actors. So I believe we can successfully prosecute.
Okay. Here's the next ad.
Hi, I'm Jim Fox, attorney at law. I'm often asked, Jim, how do you get so many big cash awards for your clients? Well, there are two things that set me apart from other less successful lawyers. First, the insurance companies are afraid of me. Second, because I'm the president of the North Carolina State Bar, I can get away with stuff that other lawyers can't. And so, if you've been hurt through the negligence of others, or if you've simply been disappointed by someone or something, let me bend the rules for you. Don't let professional ethics stand in the way of a big cash award.
This advertisement is problematic mainly because it's misleading.
How is it misleading?
Well, it's misleading because of what is not said. Nowhere is mention of the fact that Mr. Fox's term is about to expire, and in a few days he won't be president of the state bar.
You don't think there's anything else wrong with this ad?
No, otherwise it's pretty standard stuff.
Okay, let's move along. The next item is a piece of targeted direct mail that was addressed to a California resident who was involved in an accident in Los Angeles last month. It's rather difficult to read, being printed in what looks like crayon. I'm going to ask Ms. Mine to read it aloud.
Este es un anuncio de los servicios legales. I think that's Spanish for this is an advertisement for legal services. Dear friend, I understand that you were recently involved in an auto accident that could not possibly have been your fault. My name is Jim Fox, attorney at law. I have been contacted by your grandmother and/or pastor and/or boss and asked to help you get a big cash award in regard to any injuries you suffered or could conceivably have suffered, like that awful shooting pain in your neck, for instance. Here's a piece of good advice. You need to pick up the phone and give me a call at 1-800-GET-CASH-NOW. For heaven's sake, don't talk to the insurance company or any other lawyers about your case. That would be stupid. The insurance company wants to rip you off and other lawyers want to sell you out. I'm your best hope for a big cash award. Your legal pal, Jim Fox, attorney at law. P.S. Don't tell anyone about this letter or show it to anyone claiming to be from the state bar, like Catherine Jean or Bruno.
Well, Alice, surely this disgusting correspondence violates our rules.
No, it's all good.
All right, let's move on. The next ad is in especially poor taste in that it perverts a much-beloved bluegrass song by substituting in Mr. Fox's own self-aggrandizing lyrics.
Hi, I'm Jim Fox, attorney at law, and I approved this message.
His law degree's from Duke, so naturally he's mean. He is the finest lawyer the world has ever seen. He'll get you lots of money, that you can be sure. If poverty's your problem, Jim Fox will be the cure. He strides into court seeking gold for his clients. They know he will get them a big cash award. He'll fight and will threaten those big corporate giants. The law is his shield and his mouth is his sword. He's a fox. He's a fox. Jim Fox.
Ms. Mine, I know you'll agree there are multiple violations here.
This ad, which I must say I like very much, but I'm afraid it clearly violates the rules that prohibit the use of personal theme music. Also, it's unethical for a lawyer to use any photographic image that might frighten small children, like that rabid fox that was featured in the video.
Thanks very much for that insight. Finally, I'd like for the committee to look at one more advertisement. This one is particularly slimy in that it features many offensive testimonials.
In a world where most lawyers are despised, one attorney is universally admired. James R. Fox, attorney at law.
I didn't even know I was hurt until Mr. Fox helped me recognized that I had an undiagnosed soft tissue injury. I didn't even know I had it. But I felt so much better when he helped me get a big cash award.
He really cares about injured people. He showed up just a few minutes after my wreck and followed the ambulance to the hospital.
Most of the lawyers I talked to wanted to represent me, but Jim Fox bought me a drink and offered to lend me money.
He got me a big cash award, and then he let me invest it in his law firm. He tells me we're doing real good, but I'm not supposed to talk about that.
I watch enough of his commercials during Dr. Phil to know that the insurance companies are really afraid of him.
He's so ethical. I practically had to beg him to have sex with me.
As you can see, I've got plenty of satisfied clients, especially the women.
Alice, your thoughts?
Well, this is pretty standard stuff. Plain vanilla for the most part. His reference to having had sex with his client is pretty troubling, but it's okay if the relationship was pre-existing, or if the encounter was a one-night stand that both parties agreed not to report to the state bar. I think we need more facts.
Ms. Bannon, I think we've heard and seen enough. Members of the committee, are you ready to vote on the summary disbarment motion?
Yes, we are.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
We do have one more ad you should probably see before making your decision.
All right, if you insist, but let's move this along. We have a very heavy agenda.
This is actually another testimonial ad.
Jim is one of the best lawyers I know. He's been a fantastic leader of the state bar, and he's been a wonderful friend to me over the years.
Jim, I really appreciate getting to know you over the years, working on grievance and other committees. Your judgment, your demeanor have all just been ideal. Thank you so much for your service to the bar, and thank you for being a good friend and lawyer.
Jim Fox, never shaken. Slow to anger, and even when angered, you can't tell it. He's a true gentleman of our bar.
I've considered Jim a mentor in my service on the state bar. He took me under his wing when he was chair of the grievance committee. He made me a vice chair for 3 years, and then appointed me as chair, or at least I think was instrumental in my appointment as chair of the grievance committee. As far as I'm concerned, he's the one who set me on the path to the lofty office to which I hope to ascend here in a year. All I can say is thanks, Jim.
Jim, for these past 3 years, you've been a great help to me, and we've made a great team. So no matter how distasteful the grievance committee finds your ad to be, I'm going to support your First Amendment right to be distasteful. As you can see, I dressed for the occasion. Welcome to my world, Mr. Past President.
Jim Fox is a wonderful man. He's a terrific lawyer, a very effective leader, and he's a dedicated public servant. I've been involved with the state bar for about 32 years. During that time, I can't think of anybody, with the possible exception of John McMillan, who has given more of his valuable time to the service of the state bar. We are highly indebted to this wonderful man. And I think the insurance companies probably are afraid of it.
Does anyone have a substitute motion?
No probable cause.
All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Case dismissed.
His law degree's from Duke, so naturally he's mean. He is the finest lawyer the world has ever seen. He'll get you lots of money, that you can be sure. If poverty's your problem, Jim Fox will be the cure. He strides into court seeking gold for his clients. They know he will get them a big cash award. He'll fight and will threaten those big corporate giants. The law is his shield and his mouth is his sword. He's a fox. He's a fox. Jim